Hello, welcome back to Helen Phelan Studio. I'm Helen. I'm really excited for us to work out together today. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below so I can help you out. And if you like this workout, I would so appreciate if you would like and subscribe so I can keep making these videos for you. All right, I'll see you on the mat. Welcome back to Helen Phelan Studio. Today's workout is very core focused. A little bit of upper body thrown in there with some of our planking work, but it's super heavy on your center. You do need a ball or a throw pillow, which works just as well. And you're gonna set it down on your mat. And the placement of the ball is really important, especially for these first few exercises. So I want you to take it to the back of your rib cage, right behind those shoulder blades, and line your shoulder blades up right on top of the ball. That's important, I can't say it enough. Hands go behind the head so that your head is heavy in your hands. And as you inhale, drape your body down to the floor. Enjoy this luxurious stretch through the upper half, through the abdominals. Keep your feet planted on the ground for now. And as you exhale, give yourself a curl. Head is heavy in the hands, gazing in at the belly button. You might get a little shaky along the way. Inhale as you lower, wide elbows, open chest. Exhale as you curl up, lifting from your trunk, not from your neck. So we will feel our neck flexors. It's not a bad thing for them to work. But if you're feeling super strained at the head and neck, try to lead more by pressing your ribs through the ball to get you to curl up. And I also want you to think about pressing your head as heavily into your hands as you can. So just take some of that pressure off the neck. I want you to get up to that little shaky point each time. So if you need to go super slow, see how I get a little shaking vibration going when I come all the way up? That way I know we're working those deep, deep core muscles. Now, we're gonna layer in an alternating toe tap. As I curl up, I lift my right leg up to tabletop without moving my pelvis. I carefully plant it down, and then come up to that second side. Focusing in on finding that shape. We don't wanna just try and rush through doing a million reps. I wanna make sure that they're quality movements, and then I feel that deep, deep contraction on each one. This is a hard one. Not just because I'm working on that pelvic stability, not just because I'm finding that shakiness deep in the core, because I'm coordinating my arm and my legs, because I'm remembering to breathe. It's because of all of these things together. Exhaling on your curl up, make sure both butt cheeks are on the ground. And the next time the right leg comes up, you're gonna find your curl and hold it. Try to keep that left leg really strong and still. Leg stays in the air, but as you lower your head and chest, you're gonna open right leg on an extension. Curl it back up and in. Find that shaky part each time. Inhale wide, exhale, curl it in. I want you to take it nice and slowly. So that we can stay aware of our placement, we can stay aware of our alignment. And we can feel the sensations really deeply. Let's go for another 4. 3, 2, starting to feel a little tired. And 1 from here. I want you to keep your head heavy in your hand and just give me some circles with this leg out on the diagonal. Try not to move your standing left leg. Keep the hips really still. Let the head be heavy, heavy, and reverse the circles. So really strong and stable all through my center, all through really everything except for this right leg. Last 2. Oh my goodness. And 1, relax that leg down, let your head and chest drape over the ball. Enjoy that stretch. Let's fold that right leg in. We're gonna come back to our marching tabletop just to get back in the groove. Make sure the ball is still behind your shoulder blades. As you curl up, left leg finds tabletop. Inhale, set it down, alternate the legs, back to the beginning. Exhale, curl up, push your head into your hands. And the next time that left leg comes up in the air, we'll pause there. So let's bring the left leg up into tabletop. We change up our coordination. Curl up as deeply as you can. Now open it, gaze up at the sky, and curl it back up and in. Inhale, open. Exhale, lift. Working hard to keep this right knee really, really stable. Sliding shoulder blades down your back, away from your ears, so we're not adding any additional strain to our neck.
It's okay if you feel a little wobbly. We want to work to clean that up. We want to work to try and find that stability as much as possible, but this is a hard movement. We're never going to be perfect at it, so letting go of that idea that we ever could be. A few more of these, and then we're going into those circles. Then we change up the placement of the ball. Give me 3. Come up to that shaky part each time. Don't rush through that. That's an important part. 2. And last 1. I want you to open it up, gaze up at the sky, let your head relax in your hands, circle of this left leg. Keep your right knee really still. Slide shoulders away from your ears. Reverse that circle. Oh my goodness. I hope you're feeling it as much as I'm feeling it. For 2, I know you are. And last 1, melt it all the way down. Enjoy that stretch once again. Try to send your breath all the way into your stomach, like you're puffing up your stomach on the inhale. That's going to help us release some of that tension we just built up. You could also give yourself a little massage. And then from here, I want you to support your head so you can come up through your curl. We're going to change the placement of the ball. So it's going to travel a little lower. It's right underneath my low back here. Now, if this irritates your back at all, I want you to bring the ball higher where we just had it in that rib cage shoulder blade area. That's still really challenging. And I want you to protect your back at all costs. So you can prop yourself up on your forearms like me, just to get yourself situated. And then when you're ready, if you're ready, you're gonna slide your arms forward and start to feel a little shakier in your abs, and then drag those elbows back underneath of you. Can you prop yourself up here without leaning into your arms, but I almost don't need my arms at all, just so we're prepping ourselves for what's to come. Dragging it in, this is opening up the chest, squeezing between those shoulder blades, a little reach forward. Inhale, bring it in. Do you see how much I'm shaking? I want that for you. Oh my goodness. 2. And 1 last time. Keep those arms reaching forward. Start to reach the arms up towards the sky, biceps by your ears, down towards the ground, and then up towards the sky again. Oh my goodness. So I'm going towards my knees, up towards the sky, towards my knees, up towards the sky, even really more like back behind me, so I get even more of those upper abs. Remember what I said, if you feel your low back even a smidge, move the ball higher, it's not worth it. 2. And the last 1, let's come back to that starting position. We're gonna make a little combo. So my arms are gonna go up and back as I drag my right foot out and in. So it looks like this. Arms up and back, slide that right leg along the ground, hello shakes. Drag everything in, change out the legs, press your left heel along the ground, and bring it back in. Now, depending on how sticky your mat is, like mine, might not be the smoothest drag out and in, that's okay. Like I said, we're not here to be perfect, we're just here to get the job done. Try not to sink down into your shoulders here. Stay nice and wide at the chest, and keep the core very active. Last time here on the left. Now, let's keep those arms forward so we're keeping the load in our abdominals. And arms will go up to the sky as you tabletop, so everything comes up together. Maybe you lift your chest up a little bit here as well. Tap it down. Fingertips just barely touch the floor. Chest lifts up as my knees lift, and soften it down. Chest lifts as knees lift, or knee singular. 1 more time on either side. And then we're going to play with that same combo from earlier. Let's go. Right leg comes up into the air. You're going to lower, find away from your center, come back in. Let's stay on this leg. Open it up. Bring it back in. Open it up. Find the shaky part here. Bring it back up for 4. We're going to go right into those circles. 3. Don't rush these. 2. 1, hold it here. Arms don't move, hips don't move. Just that right leg. Don't let your left knee move either. And reverse it the other way. Holy smokes. Fold it into tabletop. Stay with me. Lift your chest up a little bit higher. Big breath in. Open it up, exhale. Inhale, tap it in. Open it up, exhale. We just have to get through this leg, then we get a nice stretch. We're not done with our core, but we do come off of our back, so it feels like a break, sort of. 4, little lift, a little lower, pressing down into the ball, like you could squish the ball into the ground. And then on this next one, I want to hear you breathing heavily. Next one, open it up, just the circle of that left leg. Crazy how the tiniest movement can feel so bananas. Reverse that circle. Sending it all the way down. I don't like to drape over the ball here. I feel that it's too low. It bothers my back. So I'm going to scoot the ball up once more and come into that stretch we did before with our back draped over the ball. Let your legs spread so you can feel the pelvic floor release here as well. And then try to send your inhale all the way into your low belly, all the way into your pelvic floor. Feel that widening expansion at the chest. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. Whew. Support your head as you come on up. Grab the back of your thighs. Give yourself a little support. Flip over, find your hands and knees. So before we get going here, just give yourself a really slow motion cat-cow. Again, with the emphasis on this stretch through the abdominals, this rounding under, this arching of the back. Finding that level flat back position. We're gonna grab the ball. It's gonna go into the inner thigh nook, squeezing it between the inner thighs. And you're gonna find yourself set up so that your shoulders are right on top of the hands, the hips are right on top of the knees. You'll give yourself 1 or 2 scapula push-ups to prime those upper body back muscles. Squeeze the ball as you exhale, and then inhale, soften it. So my knees are still on the ground. I'm just finding that low core contraction and then softening it, trying to integrate inner thigh muscles, pelvic floor, and deep low abs. And if you're having a hard time coordinating all these things together, make sure you check out some of my breathing classes, some of my other core work classes, maybe in the beginners start here collection, just so you can really feel what that is like in your body before you progress it. And then if that's making sense, I want you to find that connection to the abs, squeeze into the ball, flip those knees right on up, inhale, soften it down. Just adding that tiny lift to each of those squeezes. It is not a big range of motion. I do not want my butt to get higher than my shoulders. And I want to keep my shoulder blades driving gently away from my ears. There is a contraction here and a release. So I am dropping my belly button. I am dropping my pelvic floor. The muscles that you would drop if you were letting yourself go to the bathroom. So I want to find softness just as much as I need to find strength. We're here for 5. Inner thighs are relaxing on the way down. Inner thighs are squeezing the ball on the way up. 3 more times. 2 more times. Now we get to hold it. Come on up to your knee hover. Let's stay. Continue to squeeze and unsqueeze that ball. Keep your chest right on top of your knuckles. Drive your knuckles through the floor. Can you lift your armpits up to the sky? For 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we just hold, pressing up, up, up. Keep the squeeze tension on the ball. Stick your tail out a little bit more for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Setting those knees down. All right, I'm gonna untuck my toes here. If that felt like it was a lot of tension on your quads, which I know it can be, you can release the ball for a second. Just reach one hand back behind you, the opposite hand back behind you, and you're gonna take a little C-curve undulation through your pelvis. Whew. And just press through the front of the hips to get a nice deep quad stretch. If you like, you can let your head hang back the opposite way, only if that feels good on your neck. Pubic bone is pulling forward. You're pressing up and out of the chest, up and out of those shoulders. Feeling that stretch for the whole front body, even through the front of the neck. Make some weird faces here. And then undulate down through the spine once again. Whew, let's come on out of it. You're actually gonna lay all the way down here, and I'm gonna take the ball behind my back. Now, this can be tough on shoulder mobility, so if you're feeling like your shoulders feel really tight and you can't hold the ball behind your back, I want you to just hold an imaginary ball. Sometimes I have to do that too. So, imaginary ball, throw pillow, or real ball, whatever you've going on. Try to blade your hands as much as possible so we're not clawing. And you're just going to squeeze the ball. Try to touch your toes and soften the forehead back to the ground. Driving your pubic bone through the floor. Inhale down. We feel the triceps right away here. That's why I said we've got a little bit of upper body happening. Getting into our posture muscles. Remembering that our core includes our back body. But the real star of the show is that first ab sequence. So that's why I call it a core-centric class. Try to glide those shoulders away from your ears. We're here for another 5. 4. Little gentle squeeze of the ball each time you lift. 3. 2. And 1. Keep it up there. Now try to go into a squeeze of the ball and unsqueeze. Now, if you're using no ball, you're trying to still feel that energy happening between the arms. So I'm not Swan Lake, as beautiful as that is. It's strong. Not that Swan Lake is not strong, but you know what I mean. For 5, 4, we're gonna combo that out in 3, 2, and 1. Rest it for a second. Windshield wiper your legs. It's gonna be a chest lift and an arm squeeze all at the same time. So I'm gonna lift up, squeeze as hard as you can into the ball, soften it back down. Without the ball, maybe it looks a little bit more dramatic. Squeezing open, squeezing to open. Whatever feels good for you. Lost my ball. We're here for 5. And by good, I mean challenging. It shouldn't be like a pleasant feeling. It should be hard. 3, 2. We're gonna hold it up. 1 more set of pulses. Oh my goodness. Okay, convince yourself we can do it. We're up. We're lifting up. Squeeze pulse. Squeeze pulse. See, it really doesn't look like I'm doing anything, but let me tell you, it does not feel like I'm not doing anything. Last 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. I did a lot of upper body yesterday. Triceps are cooked. Get the ball out of your way. Take the hands underneath your shoulders, right underneath the nipples, and push yourself up back to your kneeling position. Hopefully you have a nice little sweat mark on the mat. And once again, finding that cat-cow. Feeling this stretch through the upper back, focusing on that release through the back body this time around. And 1 more time. Okay, we're gonna turn this into a little bit of planking action. So I want you to take the ball, place it back between your thighs the way it was for all 4 sequencing. Your shoulders are right on top of your hands, and you're gonna walk it out to a plank. So I'm really hip width apart. I wanna find tension on the ball, squeezing into the glutes, pressing up and away from the ground. Slide those shoulder blades away from your ears and try to present your collarbones forward without dipping down at the hips. Now as you inhale, bend the knees, sit back into a crouching down dog, meaning I want a flat spine. I want to stick the tail out, feel neutral through the pelvis. Then squeeze that ball for dear life, squeeze your glutes, find a strong plank. Inhale. So often we lose that connection with the pelvic floor and the low abs. So remember, inhale, relax. My squat is almost acting as a stretch. Exhale, contract, Kegel to lift up, wrap the hip bones in towards center, squeeze the hell out of that ball. Inhale, soften all that jazz. And exhale, squeeze it back to the center. Remembering to find full release, to find full strength. We want to move in and out of both of those sensations. Inhale, soft. Exhale, powerful. Inhale, soft. Exhale, powerful for 3. For 2. For 1, we're gonna come forward into a plank. Option to come down to your knees if you like. Lower down to the elbows. Come back up to the hands, a little bit more upper body. Come down to the elbows, starting with the opposite side. Come back to the hands. Try to get those hands directly underneath your shoulders and try to keep your hips nice and still. If your hips are moving around a lot, try it with your knees down instead. See if that helps you feel a little bit more in control of that movement. Last time on the left. From here, let's bring it down to the forearms. Let's hold it here. Lift your chest up super tall. If you're on your knees, you're gonna pick your knees up. You're gonna exhale, extend to the heels. If you're already on your toes, you're just tapping knees down and straightening it out. Inhale, tap. Exhale, press. Squeeze your butt on that press. Feel the back of the leg. 5, 4, soft belly, strong belly, soft and strong. 2, and 1. Holding for a moment, growing taller, growing longer in opposite directions. And shake, 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 soften it down. Take that ball out in front of you. Separate your knees nice and wide and just push that ball as far forward as you can. Woo, out of breath here. Trying to feel that stretch around the lats by pushing that ball forward, trying to get it all the way to the top of our mat. We feel that release. Breathing into the back ribs. And drag that ball back in. Roll it back up to a seated position. There you have it. Quickie, intense into the core. Hope you're feeling really strong. If you need a little bit more release work, check out some of those stretch classes. If you want to add in some more full body feeling, go ahead and play with the filters, add in whatever your body needs today, and let me know if you have questions. I'll answer them in the comments below. See you soon.